just,
Oh,
okay, awesome. I'm going to record my end too.
okay, sorry.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's Laura Eisenhower. I'm here today with my dear friend, my really good friend and soul sister, Dr. Sharnael Wolverton. And it's so awesome to have you here. Man, we go way back, and she's a Montana native, born here. And we come together just a lot, and just navigate life as just like really good friends and collaborators on a lot of different interviews and roundtables that we've done over the years with her co-host Craig Walker. And I know a lot of you are familiar with her, but let me just say, Dr. Sharnael Wolverton Sehan is a international author, Swiss Fire international author. She's a naturopathic doctor, a conference speaker, an experiencer, a researcher, and she specializes in igniting all to truth and true wholeness path, mind, body, and spirit. Dr. Sharnael has done this in many ways, speaking in over 44 countries, writing 5 books, including The Science of Miracles, Keys to the Third Heaven, and The Seer's Handbook. She's also produced her beautiful crystal oils and decree deck. Dr. Sharnael's passion in teaching and truth facilitates support to the masses on an international scale through her online classes, her membership, Swiftfire University, her social media, and her podcast, Dr. Sharnael True TV. Man, you're just like, you just do so much, and you work so hard. It's just like so much to bring. And it's awesome to have you here to just answer questions and do sessions. But before we do all that, how's it been going? And like, what recent interviews have you done? And like, what's happening in your world and what's to come, like in the year ahead?
Girl, I have, like I said, I just finished an interview. Like you, I'm constantly doing interviews, but we do have a conference coming up next week with Dr. Lucky, and that's going to be in person. I'm really excited. We haven't done like a real live in-person conference, or I haven't in a minute. And then in April, I actually have Robert Stevens coming in, and we're doing another conference. Both of these are in Louisiana. You guys are all welcome to come. But yeah, as far as what's been going on, oh my gosh, just been just like everyone, going through a season of remembering my love and my forgiveness and my truth and my courage, and reversing some health stuff, and working with tons of people and consultations and biofeedback soul audits. I stay pretty busy with patients, and yeah, that's I've really got a lot for you guys here today, specifically pages. Some of it's individual and some of it's collective. I got some pretty specific things that I hope will help. That's the main thing. And I just love you, Laura. I appreciate you allowing me to hang out with your people and our people or whatever. And it's going to be awesome.
Oh, last week, or 2 weeks ago, she had me on her channel, and it was really cool to meet your and there's so many that are just, know both of us. And yeah, we love to just, hold these, we're just doing very similar things, holding a container for sacred space for people to work energy, do readings, talk about where you're at in life and what's going on in your world. And it's a lot to navigate right now. I mean, it's just like we're hit nonstop with like one thing after the other. And depending on where a person lives, it's like, it's like we got the chemical spills going on in Ohio. We got, just different things in like from state to state that are like really just showing people how much they're trying to enforce this tyrannical kind of control upon humanity, and just bring out the next level of some kind of like, inversion, bioweapon, or psyop. And however we're navigating that or facing that, it's like we're here to overcome it. We're here to hold the sacred flame, or the ground for a greater awareness or an awakening to take place. So what has it been like in your world, Sharnael, of just navigating all this and seeing what's around you, and just kind of the clients you work with and things, as we are just moving forward on this kind of timeline of, they're not like gonna quit. what are you kind of seeing, and like what sort of breakthroughs or hopeful messages or interesting stories have come across your path lately?
Well, for one thing, I woke up a couple days ago. I get a lot of stuff like in the morning, specifically. Sometimes I just like, okay, sorry about that. Sometimes I just like wake up to a voice, and this is something that's been going on for a while. I'm sure you guys all get it too, probably just because I'm in a state of being able to even hear during that time. But what I heard is return. It was at 11:11 actually, when I was driving. And okay, two different things. One when I was driving and one when I woke up. The one that I woke up to was return to the ways of nature to receive illumination. And so I kept thinking about, like sun gazing, which I'm really jumping into learning more about, but then also star bathing. And I was outside a couple nights ago, and I heard the question asked to me internally, when is the last time you slept under the stars? And I was like, wow. And now I'm seeing it everywhere. It's like I cannot go anywhere without like either the sun or the stars. So we know that the sun is the biggest star of all, and there is so much energy and coding in the sun, and also obviously nature takes on a lot of that code. So when we are in nature, we can experience that code, and it can actually shift your literal field. So we all have a biofield. Some people it's only an inch, some people it's inverted, some people it's 4 to 5 feet out. That's about the average, although I have tested some people on soul audits up to 20 feet out, which is crazy. I mean, it's awesome. Horses are 350 in their radius, and dolphins are unmeasurable. So we all have this ability to retain and contain code, and that code in the field is a projection of all of our cells, of all our organs, but it's also a language based on what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what you're talking about. And so and then there's also the DNA, right? So our DNA also has a specific coding that is put out into the field. So we're all just like receivers, but we're also radiators. And as we're walking around, depending on how big your field is, this is what you're putting out. And if you're seeing weird patterns, not weird, but if you're seeing patterns that aren't serving you, that is a gift. And we can, if we look at it and if we choose to see it as a gift, then we can know really what's going on with our DNA and what's going on with our projection. So if there's patterns coming up to you that you're just like, oh my God, I don't like this, I don't want to do this, then that is an aha for us to have the ability to shift it. It may not even be yours. It could be, like I said, a DNA ancestral code that's coming through. But if you see it, it's yours to fix. And I use the analogy, like if you were an office manager and you came into work one morning and you walked in the office and like all the computers are on the floor and the chairs are tipped over and there's messes everywhere and the trash can's knocked over. You don't need to call anybody as the manager and say like, hey, do I have permission to fix this? You just start putting things in order, right? And so if you see something that is out of what you choose as your highest, that's the time that we can come back in and reset and like really shift whatever's on internally, so we have a different projection that goes out. Conscious language is huge to change that. Crystals, oils, different things can change the code. My book, The Science of Miracles, talks a lot about this, and how you can trip the timelines and you can change that. You could do quantum leaps, and you can frequency hop, so nothing else can come in and mess up whatever's going on. So and you can have a better experience, because if your code is more of a light code, then you're going to experience light and light people and light opportunities and love opportunities versus let's say a poverty or a lack code that could come in through
Make sure you're muted, everybody. There's some noise coming through. Make sure you're muted.
So code is, but code can be shifted through crystals. Like I've tested people before and after, when they just bring a crystal into their realm and then their code is specifically changed. You could use a crystal card, which I picked one for you guys, and even holding this in your field, this can shift the actual structure of your field. And a lot of times, I mean, for me, I guess I always thought I needed the actual crystal or the oil. If you're using frequency oils, I only know of 2 companies that actually have frequency in their oils, but and this is one of them. But the rest are going to, most of the oils are actually in the negative and will bring your frequency lower. But I know 2 companies that will bring it up. But anyway, all that being said, yeah, I think this is a great opportunity time for us to not only get in nature, whether it's the sun, the stars, or trees, or whatever, to be able to recode, but also just a great time to really go within. So when all these things do happen, that we're in a place that we're able to support ourselves and to stand in our truth and stand in our love without being like pulled in to drama or other people's agendas or chaos of any kind, because obviously there's a lot of opportunity to jump into the chaos river. I mean, it's pretty much anywhere you look. But so I did hear return to the ways of nature and receive illumination. And then I also heard when I was driving, I looked over and I saw a sign that said golden age. And I heard the golden age, like spring, is announcing itself to the world. And it was exactly 11:11. I have no idea what the golden age is. I had to Google it. And all I saw, and I'm still processing, but I heard that and I was just like, what's the golden age? And so the golden age, like spring, which we just jumped into, is announcing itself to the world. Edgar Casey apparently talked a lot about the golden age. He is an amazing prophet that I consider him a prophet. And so I'm still like unraveling that a little bit, but the other thing I heard, so and you, Laura, if you know what that means, please jump in, because it takes all of us to understand things. Sometimes we all have parts and pieces, but one thing I also heard is that we are in a once in a 33-year Jupiter cycle. Do you have any idea what that means, Laura?
I'm not quite. Jupiter moves signs every year. So
I mean,
Jupiter,
it may be personal or it may be somebody else, but I just heard, and 33 is like a Masonic thing. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, Jupiter's in Aries, and Jupiter's always expanding everything it touches. So, I mean, as far as like cycles go, I mean, Jupiter is going to work its way over into Taurus, and then it'll be conjunct like the North Node and have an influence with Uranus, and that is going to really amplify an awakening process, because Jupiter just really, expands everything it touches. So I'm not in the context of what you're saying, like sure what to say, but Jupiter pretty much moves signs every year. It just was in a conjunction with Venus and Chiron, so a lot of like heartbreak issues, just things that break your heart, have come to the surface. And now it's going to start to amplify like the greater growth period for humanity right now, as far as how we're transitioning into the Pluto Aquarius and Uranus Taurus. That now is not near the North Node. Sort of like, okay, people have been cracked open. Now it's time to see like, okay, what are the epiphanies? What are the downloads? What can you expand your mind into so that you can begin to bring in the medicine and begin to bring in the solutions? And so this is very much about the kind of work that you do, right? It's just like, absolutely encompasses the kind of like teachings of, or reminders of, you know, how we connect to high frequency and medicines and so people that do similar work, it's just like you might feel a big surge of, okay, you know, people are receptive, people are like hearing me, and people are seeing that this is maybe a better direction than Fauci and whatever the madness of all the dark agendas is, as far as like navigating ascension symptoms and bioweapons and all this kind of stuff. It's like that we can work with, you know, this higher like Aquarian energy connected to our sovereignty and truth and the expansion of our minds, so that we can begin to, you know, upgrade as they're trying to diminish our capacity to be advancing ourselves as humans, I would say.
Awesome. Well, I mean, that helps a lot. I appreciate you explaining that a little bit more, because I don't know anything about astrology and did not know that that was an amplifier or what have you. So I'll go ahead and start. I have a couple things to start. Is I saw that there would be someone with a red background. I don't see a background I see a red shirt, and I see Julie's kind of reddish pink situation there. So I'm gonna say it's for one or two of y'all. But this is what
Oh, like hands, like if, do you want to put your hands up, right? Do you want to do it by like the hands being raised?
I mean, I'll just go ahead and give it out to Tammy and Julie, or if there's anyone else who has read. I believe this is for you. I kept hearing the word portal. That this is a time where it says the door. I wrote down, the door is opening for you now. Your thoughts have extra power in this season, so please be aware and very cognitive of like accidentally creating by default instead of what you actually really choose and what your highest is. This is a time for great leaps and bounds. This is available to you right now. Your transformation is here. Do not lose focus. Use this time wisely. You may have some conscious projects that you're in the middle of right now, and this is a great time to really ride on that energy to accomplish a lot more than you thought. But this portal is actually going to bring you to a brand new reality, and it's kind of like almost like once you cross that threshold, it's going to be like, what was I doing that whole time before? Because this is a whole different reality. And I see a lot of people coming to you to help support whatever this is for you. People that you never would have thought will be the ones that partner with you. And I'm just going to warn you, some people that you thought were going to partner with you won't. So don't be upset about it. It's all perfect and it's all divine. Just go with the flow. And if it's, you know, I know personally I've experienced where it's like, you really thought these people, this person or whatever would want to get on board, and like, and then it feels like a letdown. Don't let it be a letdown. It's divine and it's working. And yeah, a new portal to reality is what I got. So there's that for you too. Does that make any sense to you, or do you feel like, does that resonate at all? Do you have any comments?
I have a comment. Oh my God.
You go ahead.
Of course it's you. Hello. Yeah, I'm about to move to Maui, and I'm thinking of opening a retreat center.
Oh
A small one, starting small. I know I have tingles all over my head. Like you said, the perfect things, because I've been vacillating. Oh my God, should I stay? Should I go? Should I stay? Should I go? I live with my daughter and my granddaughter, and
wow, so
it's
that's
difficult to go, but you know, it's
Yeah.
been calling me. My daughter's actually from Maui. We've lived there on and off for many years, and really excited. So, I mean, this just really cements. I've had so many thoughts and dreams. I can't stop thinking about it. You know what I mean? And I've wondered, oh my God, am I running away from my family? Is this wrong? And then you're funny, because I've seen so many people come into believing me and wanting to support what I'm doing. And, you know, like you said, I've envisioned also all kinds of other ways that I can market and bring other people into it. So, oh my God, amazing message, amazing.
Awesome. Well, I'm
I
glad.
agree too. And, I was waiting to get on the call and I'm like, I'm going to redo my background. I usually, I'm in a hotel room. My son's traveling for tennis and I'm just here. And I was like, I'm just going to do this. So it was a last minute thing, I thought. And I'm just like, I have a hairball in my system. I've been plugging along with my book and my podcast, but I have this other calling to do a goddess temple. And it's like a huge commitment for me. And I was wondering if I had time and energy to do it. And you told me this portal and I'm going to have more energy and just synchronicity. So sister, thank you. That was very divine timing. Thank you.
That's awesome. 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 Okay. Well, thank you. And I didn't even know I could see comments. So I'm just now reading your comments, Tammy. I'm sorry to ask you when you already took the time to type it up, but the second one or third or whatever we're on, whatever number is, I saw that there would be someone with a baseball cap, and it looks like we have two so far that I can see. So, I'm just gonna say blanket, like if anything of this resonates to you who don't have a baseball cap on or don't have red on, words are very like fluid and code is code. So if there's a code that you're like, I choose this code and I choose this for me, you can take it in. And this is why we're all here. We all got called together today for this meeting for a reason. So if something resonates, take it, it's yours. So for the hat, you can see hat on there. I don't know if you can see hat, or red. I have like red circled right here. So the last 3 months for you have been especially rough. It has been, at least that's what I heard. So, but this, do not feel like it was wasted 3 months. What I saw was seeds, and that, I guess, where's Annette? Is she on here? She's got, okay. I saw like this planting, like there were lots of seeds that were not only being planted in you, Chantal and Annette, but also, you planting seeds. So there's been spiritual seeds been planted, but also you've been planting seeds, and those seeds are coming up. We are in spring. This is a major time. And so, back in December, I had got a word about March now where we're in, and I knew that this would be a time of not only great shifting, but also a lot of unveiling of things that maybe were hidden, which I think we're seeing a lot of that in the news, where things are really being out there. It's not necessarily always good, but it's being exposed. But anyway, I saw the seeds, and then I heard September. And I know September for you, especially in the mid area of September, is going to be really significant. So just hang on, keep doing everything you're doing. Do not give up is what I heard. I underlined it twice. Do not give up in the seed process. There will be a harvest. Just do not give up. The only way to lose is to stop and to give up. So even if it feels like a little bit of progress and it feels like, oh my God, I'm swimming in mud here, don't give up. Everything counts. You are doing a lot of inner work that isn't seen necessarily, but it is in the code. So as we do that inner work and plant those seeds within us, and then also plant electronically, then things are going to start to really shift for us. It's just being patient and kind. March is huge. And I don't know if that resonates with either of you, but stability is here. Chantal, Annette, anything?
Yeah, just a quick comment. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
My second time actually with Laura's Sunday Zoom. So I have not felt that the past 3 months have been rough. I think they've been I've been planting seeds. My big focus this year is to relocate from where I am.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's what you said resonates a little bit in relation to that. But I've been feeling good. I'm dealing with.
Yeah. Okay. So do I have permission to coach while I'm doing this? Because because you said everything's been doing good and you shook your head no. So something in you isn't resonating with your own statement.
Oh, so maybe that's right now, not the past 3 months, but right now there is a little something that is bothering me because I started working with an agent and things fell through. I mean, in terms of relationship. So
Oh,
that's the specific thing that bothers me a little bit right now.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, can
And
all of
it's
us
related
come
to the mood.
together? Can all of us agree for Chantel to have whatever her highest is actually come into fruition? And I'm believing that for all of you, but I'm also believing that for Annette and Chantel specifically with this word, that these seeds would manifest for all of you, that these seeds would manifest to your highest, that we would not default create, but we would create with consciousness and with love, and that our relationships would be genuine and loving and kind, and that there would be a resolve in that. How does that feel?
Thank you for that. Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Annette, any,
Yeah,
does that
so
resonate at
The
all?
last 3 months have been absolutely devastatingly heartbreaking. Like I haven't had that since I went through my divorce kind of stuff. So it's been really, really, really horrid. But this last week, the energy has kind of shifted, and definitely like, yeah, I'm totally tuned into not just spring physically, but what's been going on in the seeds I've been planning, especially in terms of my energy work and some things I've been working on actually for a long time. Actually, things are happening. Like I'm going to get my Reiki 2 attunement. I made a decision to do that, and I'm doing some biofeedback stuff that I'm hoping, yeah, is going to grow into a big field of sunflowers.
Nice. And I like that you said
Thank you.
sunflowers, because sunflowers obviously will only
Sun.
connect with the sun and more sun code.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Yay. Okay. Let me see what else we have here.
Or can I just say, before you go on, Sharnael, thank you so much, both of you, for hosting this. My name's Annie. I'm in Dorset in the UK. Laura did my astrological chart a good few years ago now. And I just wanted to say, I think you lost me there for a minute. Yeah, just like the last person said, the last few months have been so hard, like so much shadow work going on and just really pushing through of that. And the energy has been quite heavy. But I'm a registered nutritionist, and I've been training in a new frequency modality, which uses the voice frequency to create balance files, frequency balance files. So I've been pushing with that, and it's just coming to, I'm now getting people referring people. And I really feel like it's been the last week that the energy is just lifted. So I just wanted to say, yeah, it feels great.
Awesome. Yay. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for hosting this.
Yeah, it looks like Melissa has a little bit of red on too, so I don't know if that applied to you at all. The red situation that we did earlier. I have something for Ariana. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I don't know. Oh,
Ari-
are you able to unmute? I don't know.
Ariana.
I don't know if she's able to unmute.
Yeah.
So 1 second. Okay.
Please. Okay.
Well, what I heard, and I just hope that I'm pronouncing your name right, was that you don't need to know the path to start. That this is a time for a leap of faith. Does that make sense? I just heard just leap, because you're fucking badass. Like you are like courageous. And I mean, we all have that ability, but there's something about embracing your struggle and just being real and authentic. You are so freaking real. I mean, do people come to you all the time and be like, oh, you're so real? And then I love when people do that. And then I'm just like, well, how am I supposed to be someone else? But you are like the definition of like genuine, true. You're so loyal. Oh my God. When you make a friend, you use that word very, very rarely, as I do, and consciously, and you are like die hard, ride and die. And so I feel like sometimes that is almost used against you a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Gosh, I can feel it. I feel you. So, it can be heartbreaking, whenever you really are so loyal and you love so well, and then someone doesn't like even halfway meet you in that expectation, like back, there's not reciprocated. And but don't let it stop you. Wow, I'm so upset right now. I'm sad for you. I feel like there's been some betrayal in the past that has been really difficult. Whew, this is rough. Especially a female, maybe family situation, but wow. Wow, I'm so upset. I'm sorry that you went through that, but you don't need to know the path. Just, I don't know if you've ever watched the oh, what is that show where he like steps off into the bridge, and then as he takes the step, like it shows up in front of him. Indiana Jones, that's it. One of them, one of the Indiana Jones movies, where he would just like, he's like looking, and it's like a mountain or something to a mountain or a cave or something, and there was like this inside where you could drop and die, right? And you're like, what? This is scary. But as he took a step, like another plank would come, and it just, I always refer to it, like in my book too, as like the Kleenex box. It's like you take the Kleenex, the next one comes out. You take the Kleenex, the next. You don't need to know what's at the bottom of the Kleenex. You just have to take the first step and keep following the breadcrumbs, and everything will align. And I just ask for everyone to be in unison too, for healing, for anyone that has had betrayal, that we would allow source to just come and really focus and love on those parts that have been hurt, or we've allowed hurt to happen. We've let it in, and just feel your feelings and move on, and like just keep being you, because you're going to continue to attract the right people who do have loyalty towards you and who are going to partner with you in a real authentic way. Does that make sense? Oh, I think she's frozen, or at least she is here. Or she's in shock. Uh-oh, did it go away? I don't know where she went. So hopefully that resonated. What's that?
Is she coming back?
Oh, there
There
she
she-
So sorry, I got the microphone to work, but then it disconnected me from the Zoom call. So I just missed that last part.
Oh, I just said, you don't need to know the way. Just what I wrote is just believe there is one. And it might be, I wrote down, it might be different than you thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you got something in your mind and you're like, this is how it has to be, and we get stuck on that way, then sometimes we're missing like a whole different way. That's actually a better way that it just hasn't shown itself yet. So be open that there might be like a side door, a third curtain or a third door. This, I don't know, that a game show when it's like pick a door, and you pick this door, and then they're like, no, psych, it's really this door, so it's like, just go with it, and it's actually going to pay off. It's going to be huge. What do you do?
Oh, I do a lot of things, but it's been an interesting few weeks. For livelihood, I'm a real estate broker and manage like remodels and Airbnbs and projects for clients. Like we're building a house for someone right now. But then I haven't really been loving doing that. So all the work that I've been doing with myself lately, which has been, a lot. I realize that I'm not living my dream life. And so I need to live my dream life. I also teach natural building, which I love, and summer's coming. So I'll do some natural building workshops, and I have an animal sanctuary. Not tons of animals, mostly shy and feral dogs. I work with animals that are mostly afraid of people or abandoned. And then one of my kitties, his name's Jedi Warrior, and he's a great guy that rehabilitated and just really came into his power. He went on kind of a longer walkabout than usual, and I ended up speaking with this. I started freaking out after 10 days because I was really attached to him, and I wasn't able to communicate with him because I was too emotional. But then I found this really awesome animal communicator in India. And so that was great. And she helped me communicate with him. And then it became very clear to me that that's what I need to do. So my little guy has led me into working on honing that telepathic skills with the animals so that I can live my dream life. And there's so much more. I might relocate also. I live in Taos, but not quite this minute. I have to allow a lot of things.
You live where?
Taos, New Mexico.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, off grid. I have like an earth house that I built. But so it's just been, yeah, so a lot of things. It's interesting what you said, because the last, well, there's been a lot. But most recently I've been working with myself on all of the past and all of the really intense stuff that's happened in this life and other lives, and how I've been leading from that place of trauma a lot, you know? And so I've been working with just overriding, kind of like overlaying, you know, like envisioning who I truly am, overriding all of that and embracing it with love, but not allowing those parts of me to lead me into the future. And instead, just every day focusing in my meditations on bringing my true self in and letting that one move forward, so I don't have to worry or think about it all, because that part of me already knows exactly what to do. And I think for like the last 17 years, I kind of got pulled off into a lot of different directions. So it's been great. And it's also shown me a lot of, you know, energy that's been attached to me, and, you know, a lot of stuff that really just can't be around in my field anymore. So I've been limiting my time with people and getting more clear with my heart.
Good job. Awesome.
Got extremely injured I did have a big betrayal, a
Oh.
lot of betrayals, but a big relationship one where I think, really intense. Just a lot of having to see things you don't really want to see. Like, some people don't really have souls that are on earth. And sometimes people come to not necessarily for our best interest, and we didn't realize that. So, and I was very upset for a long time. And now I realize that the only way that I can really move through it for myself is I just have to project love, even if I don't want to. I have to figure out how to love anyways.
Yes, and you know what's
Doesn't
faster?
not interact, but love.
So can I coach with you a little bit? So I want you to say this. I want you to say, I'm figuring out love.
I'm figuring out love.
And now say, I am love.
I am love.
Which one feels different? Which one feels more powerful?
I am love.
Where do you feel it?
In my heart, in
Good
my
job.
brain.
Yes. Yeah, it's faster. That's one way
It felt
to,
like relaxed.
yes, that's
Yeah.
a way to time travel a little bit and to kind of flip it as far as the timeline is, if and no judgment. I mean, you're a great teacher and this is a great opportunity to show an example. But when, and I do this too, is like, I got to figure this out. It's like, no, I am clarity. I am love. I am peace. You know, I got to go find my tribe. No, I am my tribe. I am my love. And just bring it back, because your body hears that, right? And so do your cells. And then that brings a different projection, which brings a different outcome. And so, dude, you're freaking badass. Like I would like totally, I feel like we would be buddies, like wherever we're doing stuff.
We're buddies now.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you
Awesome.
very much.
May I chime in?
Absolutely.
Hi,
Well-
my name is Shannon. Thank you
Oh,
all.
wait.
here.
No, I'm sorry. I thought that was Laura. Laura, this is your show.
Oh.
I thought Laura was asking to chime in.
Okay,
Laura,
Laura, may I chime in?
Absolutely.
Okay, hi, everyone. Thank you for being here, for all of us, and for hosting and for having me. So I have my little messenger here. We're full, which is incredible. And I needed to move it. It was very clear. Shannon, move the messenger. You have to see who's underneath the box. And I see Ariana Solare. And I'm like, Ariana Solare, what a name. This name is like, I have to see this. So, and it was just reconfirmed because Ariana means most holy, right? Ancient Greek, ancient Roman, most holy. And then Solare is the sun or of the sun or powered by the sun. So I'm listening to Dr. Sharnael.
More
And
sun.
I'm listening to you. And I'm like, reconfirm. This is all resonating with me. And before you even mentioned what you did for work, Ariana, I said, she needs to show people that she works with in the business that she does for her income, that she's not loving who she is. Your name was not by accident. It was not by coincidence.
No, it definitely wasn't. My birth name was Rebecca Lewis because my father wanted to name me Rebecca because we have some karma, some stuff,
Right.
you know. And when I was 18, I was like, oh, I just don't really like that. I just don't do that anymore, you know. And so my mom actually was going to name me Ariana when I was born. So I went to Ariana, and then when I was 26 and I moved back to Sedona, I was hiking in the canyon, and the canyon told me Solar was my last name. So I just took that on and made the whole, I did it legal. So all my stuff is in there in the world. So my world name is that. And then my other name is Omkara, which is a Sanskrit word that means the all pervading light of the universe, or comes from the third eye. And that was given to me by one of my teachers some 20 years ago.
Awesome.
But thank you for that feedback on Ariana. I appreciate that. Because sometimes I'm like, okay, that's my name.
Don't forget it. Don't forget. An animal
you.
sanctuary has been coming up for me 3 times in the last 7 days. But I need to just leave my work right now and open an animal sanctuary.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
I'm from New York City, and I live a few miles outside of New York City now in New Jersey.
Well, you're welcome to come out to Taos this summer for a vacation, see my animals. They're going to bark at you. But I have a rental, a nice eco rental where some of the kitties live, and you can feel free to text me your number in the chat, and
I will.
contact
I will. And thank you, everyone, once again. Thank you so much.
you.
I'm going to
That feedback.
myself now. Okay.
Awesome. So, do you want me to go, Laura?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's hands up. I don't know, you were kind of going with a different kind of method, so I don't want to,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
like, anybody
open
who wants to
to
just ask a
questions
question.
too. I do have some other stuff, but however, is there a question? Carolyn?
Carolyn?
Okay, I just was wanting to, get a message. And I don't know if that's something that you had to do ahead of time in the messages, from Sharnael, is that how you say your name? Dr.
Yes.
Sharnael?
Yes.
Yeah, anyway, I also have been wearing some red, but I don't think that's an issue, but I really like what you do, and I'm gonna get your book, and just curious if you had any kind of message for me that pops up. Or
So have you been carrying a burden for a female?
Well, yeah, I had a betrayal a few months ago from a woman.
Not a
that-
betrayal. Have you been carrying a burden for a female? I'm just watching your body language, and twice or 3 times you keep doing this, which left shoulder means like carrying.
Oh, okay.
And like shrugging it off.
Yeah, I helped a friend of mine get to Maui. It took 3 months of intense work on my part to make it all happen. And she is there now. But that's not that's different from the other person that I felt a betrayal from. But yeah, I have a lot of burdens that I need to resolve.
So just say, I restore my ancestral blessings now.
I restore my ancestral blessings.
I receive my ancestral blessings now.
I receive my ancestral blessings now.
So say it again like you mean it.
I restore my ancestral blessings. I receive my ancestral blessings.
Okay, so just do the last one. I receive my ancestral blessings now.
I receive my ancestral blessings now.
Awesome. Say it again.
I receive my ancestral blessings now.
Yes. And see how her body, like even her head was like, yes, that means she's completely in alignment with that statement. And then she took a deep breath. Did you guys see her? So in that breath, did you breathe or did spirit breathe you?
Probably spirit breathing me. I mean, I did, yeah, I did take a deep breath and I wasn't really sure where it came from, but yeah, it just happened. And
yeah, so you're resetting your nervous system and it's relief. So when we're relieved, we relive. So this is a great time for a new avenue for you too. And I also saw you were doing this, which has to do with handling things. And so just say, I got this.
I got this.
I got my miracle.
I got my miracle.
God in me's got my miracle.
God in me's got my miracle.
Oh, and you just lit up right there. You're happy about that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. Good job.
Thank you. I
Yes,
was just
ma'am.
looking for a good positive message and glad I tuned in today. Thank you. And to Laura too.
God bless you.
Awesome,
Okay.
Carolyn.
All right, I'll take my hand down.
If it's okay, I'm going to jump in with Nina R.
With what?
Is it okay if I jump in before we get to Susie with something for Nina?
Sure.
So what I got for you is priestess. Have you ever had someone say that about you or over you? Awesome.
A few times.
A few times. Okay. So what I got is, and this I wrote it in my scratchy scratch writing. You do not need to have it all together to lead. Where did you go? I see you. There she is. Start where you are. What I saw is you're already in service every day. I mean, any female, any male, we're all in some level of service, but you specifically are being called to a new kind and a deeper level of service. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So let your life be your message. There's something specific that you went through that is not just for you, but for many. Oh, and then so this is I can and I am. So just say I can and I am.
I can and I am.
Say it again.
I can and I am.
Okay, say it like 3 times in a row, like you're still doing this. Like she's like,
Yeah, right.
It's okay.
I can and I am. I can and I am. I can and I am.
Okay, and her head is sometimes doing this, so she's not fully changing the code yet. So I can and I am.
I can and I am. I can and I am. I can and I am.
Very good. You're still in process, but might be something to write down and to like put on post-it notes and to recite and decree until every freaking cell in your body remembers that you can't see. She took a deep breath too there. So I relive with ease.
I relive with ease. I'm writing that down.
I am ease.
I am ease.
Is there anything going on in your body physically while you're saying this?
I can feel tingling all up and down, and I'm kind of starting to sweat.
Good. That means you're setting your endocrine system, which means you're going to have a different projection now with a different response because the code all clears and changes up. So I can and I am.
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 Yes.
I can and I am.
Very good. Very
And I
good.
am.
Awesome. So I heard you do not need permission to do this. There's a little tiny part of you that's kind of waiting. So I'm just saying you give yourself permission. Just say, I give myself permission to lead with ease.
I give myself permission to lead with ease.
Yes. Say it again.
I give myself permission to lead with ease.
Yes, yes. And permission, if you think about the word permission, it's permission.
Mission.
So I am my mission.
I am my mission.
God
Yes.
funds my mission.
God finds my mission, or
God
is that-
funds. God
God
fully funds my
God
mission.
fully funds my mission.
God fully funds my mission now.
God fully funds my mission now.
There's a smile like that. So what is it you're choosing to serve as? What are you leading?
I am leading, it's interesting, animal communication, intuitive, Reiki, energy clearing, all of that. So
More animals. Yay.
yeah, yes. So I just started in a YouTube channel, and kind of really stepping into it, which is kind of, it has been nerve-wracking, and because I've had a lot of issues with throat chakra and speaking up and speaking my truth. So all of this definitely makes sense. And as we're speaking, I am like still sweating. I'm sweating even more.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to something you said. You said something that you're starting the channel. I'll choose to know how you said it. You said something like, oh God, I'm trying to catch what she said. Just say, I am my truth.
I am my truth.
I lead truth with ease.
I lead truth with ease.
Yeah, I choose to remember what you said, but there was a separator there where you weren't quite. Did you say something like, I'm starting a channel, or what did you say after that?
Probably I said I'm stepping into.
Stepping into. So what's easier, stepping into or remembering?
Oh, wow, remembering. I keep asking to remember.
Yes, because that word remember means to member again, or to re is to do it again, and to member, like we are in divinity and we are in source, right? So when we're in alignment and membership with source code, then we are in full divinity and alignment. So as I remember to lead, I lead with ease, and you know, and you don't need permission because you are permission. Right?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. So I look forward, I want to get a copy of your channel, and same with Ariana. I want to see what you guys are doing. And I think Julie had a podcast too. I'd love to see your podcast and check you guys out.
Yes, thank you so much. So much gratitude. So I appreciate it very much.
Awesome. 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 I have, what else do I have here? Kyle. Do you know anyone named, where did Kyle go? Oh, there he is, Kyle. Or anyone. Just Sean or Shawnee or anything like, do you know someone named Sean or Shawnee or?
Yes. It's one of
Okay.
my classmates.
Okay. Is there any, like, what's the relationship with that?
We're both in a PhD program at Grand Canyon University. She
Okay,
does financial.
what's that?
She's in the finance world.
Okay, and so you guys are doing something with finances, or studying something with finances?
No, we're both in the same PhD program. She's focused on finance, how to help people of ethnic minorities, how do they obtain wealth. My study is totally different. Mine's with studying compassion fatigue, secondary traumatic stress, and burnout, how to help first responders and healthcare workers improve their resiliency.
Whoa,
So
that's a
done
lot.
a training with Dr. Gentry. He's come up with a resiliency workshop that's got 18 peer review studies to validate it. So I'm just starting the dissertation phase.
And
And so-
Sharnael, it's in Montana, really
Yes.
close to us.
No way.
Yeah.
So what city in Montana?
Kalispell.
No freaking
Well,
way.
It's all Laura's fault. I'm up here. 'Cause it was
Ah,
a year ago, I was looking to relocate from Phoenix up to here. And so she graciously said, I'm in Big Fork. And I said, I have no idea where that's at, but I'm going to come up and check it out. And now I'm working at the community college there with the EMT and paramedic program.
that's so cool. Next time I come
Yeah.
home, we'll have to connect and have a coffee or something.
And
Yeah,
Kyle,
yeah,
I gotta
it's-
text you because I'm gonna be like right, yeah. Oh
I'm
my
like
goodness.
10 minutes from Laura. I'm right on the Marina Cay Flathead Lake.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's I'm
Like,
right.
every time I go to the airport, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I'm right
could
by
be
the
date.
airport, literally
Okay.
right there on Airport Road.
You know what? I think I'm gonna see you on Monday. if you're free. All right, keep going.
Yes. Perfect. Sorry.
Awesome. Well, I just kept hearing for you two things. Number one, trust the timing. That's a biggie. I saw a big clock and it seemed like the hands were going a little slower than I would like to go.
Yes.
But it's perfect. You're
Okay.
perfect. The timing is perfect. So when it feels like, again, earlier I mentioned like kind of feels like you're going through mud and like, oh, you know, when is this gonna happen? But
Yeah.
so I heard trust the timing, and then I heard forge, not follow. So what you're doing is I know you have this guy who's giving you like a template, but
Yes.
you're going to create something completely off of that, like inspired by, but you're going to have your own thing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. 100%.
Okay, absolutely means grief. So I feel grief about.
Oh, there's some definite challenges I'm going through right now.
Oh my Lord. Okay.
So
Well,
I would, yeah, so it's with my ex-wife, and I've got 4 daughters, and I'm trying to get my own place, and it's a long story, so I don't want to take up everybody's time, but that is a big challenge right
oh
now.
my gosh, I'm getting emotional again. Okay, so we'll keep that in this.
Yeah, so when you want to meet up sometime, since you're not that far away, I'd be
Yes.
more than happy to sit down and just kind of talk about what I'm studying, and it aligns with a lot of what you're doing.
Well, we'll keep you and we'll keep it in the silence. And also we'll be believing for you to find the perfect place and for complete wholeness, restoration, and whatever is required for everyone in the family to win.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm agreeing. I demand and command miracles for this situation now.
I demand and I command miracles for this situation right now.
Okay, head said no. Do it again.
Oh, I demand, I command miracles right now.
So do it a few more times until you actually feel it.
I demand, I command miracles right now.
Yes, specific to your family. I demand and command, like get mean about it.
I demand, I command miracles right now.
Yes, regarding this situation, and you can fill in the blank with names or your family, or only God touches me and my family.
Okay.
Right. And God could be universe, God could be whatever, you know, whatever your flavor is, source, whatever. But that tends to be kind of the way I look at it. It's like I said, I can and I am. I have like 3 decrees that I kind of keep. Like if you picture a cowboy with like the old school when they would do the draw, it's like how fast they could draw. Like when anything pops up, I have a 2 or 3 of these in my holster at all times where it's like, you know what, I need to pull this out. I need to pull this out because I'm choosing to create my own field, which is going to radiate and going to magnetize something back to me that's perfect. So I could get stuck in my head. You're very analytical, which is great, but you also have a really good right brain function, which is really unusual. It's, so you're very intuitive, but you're super logical, and it's like techie and knowing like all the, things like that. So the marriage of those two is really, really great, but just don't let the logic part take over sometimes where you're just like trying to figure it out and, whatever, like, OCD thoughts of like sitting in bed, When all that happens to me, I basically just go back to, I demand and command miracles now. I demand and command, let that only be your truth. Your whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. And when you can deliver that with actually meaning in every cell, then you're going to switch things up like dramatically. So yeah, and that Northern Lights thing, I know that they've spotted a lot of that up there recently here too. So maybe bathe in that. I just see you really sitting under the stars and getting new illumination and new code for strategy of whatever you're doing, and partnership. and support, God supports your call, your mission. And let's all agree for that for Kyle. Yes. Awesome.
Thank you.
It keeps changing on me. So then I have to like sit there and find Laura again. So where did Laura go? There you are. Okay.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, do you have anything you want to piggyback on with that or any of what I've said so far?
Oh, no, just keep going with the flow. I just had to jump up and just handle something. So,
Awesome. Okay.
so you got some hands, and as long as you still want to flow with this all.
Christy, what I heard is sometimes like you have such a compassion heart and such an empath gift, but sometimes it feels like the freaking weight of the world is on you. Does that make sense to you? Have you felt like heavy?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, because I feel like sometimes the more I get sucked into what's going on in the world, the more I feel it, and it's really hard on me and those that I.
Okay, I got your glitch. Did anyone hear? Did you guys hear what she just said? She said it's hard. So two things about it's hard. When did you decide to be? Who's it? Where did she go? I'm lost.
Me?
Keeps moving around. There you are. Okay, who's it?
What did I say again? It's hard.
You said it's hard. Who's it?
Life, the world. Trying to do it like.
So when did you associate yourself as an it? You're going to come up with a number. You're going to think of a number of an age where you
5. I don't know.
5. Okay, what happened at 5? Did you say 8 first?
I said 8 first.
Okay, that's not it. So 5, does that resonate?
I was shaking my head no, because I didn't want to talk about what happened when I was 8, but 5, I don't remember anything really bad that happened at 5, but there was some stuff that happened at 8.
Okay, so and we don't have to talk about it. We could keep it in the silence. But yes, burden with a male.
Yes.
Yeah, so I saw the right shoulder. So is forgiveness involved?
I mean, I've done like so much work on the forgiveness part. And I do feel like finally things are opening, things are changing, things are like I'm in love right now. So I feel like it's been a long, I mean, I'm 46 years old and like love has evaded me for a very, very long time.
In the past.
In the past.
Yes. And so did anyone catch 2 or 3 times now? I feel like. So I feel like is a codependent code. So just say with ease, decree this. I take back my authority.
I take back my authority.
I am my love.
I am my love.
I take back my authority.
I take back my authority.
I take back my authority now.
I take back my authority now.
Say it again.
I take.
It's okay. Go right through the tears. She's changing the frequency. I take back my authority now. It's okay. It's okay. Just say out loud, it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I remember my authority.
I remember my authority.
Say it again. Just breathe, honey.
You
guys really do this. You guys be with her right now. Don't get distracted. Be with her. I am my authority.
I am my authority.
I am my authority now.
I am my authority now.
That was much better. I am my authority now.
I am my authority now.
Say it again, one more time.
I am my authority now.
And now like you mean it, like your life depends on it.
I am my authority now.
Ooh, that was big. What are you feeling in your body?
It felt like really hot in my head. Like,
Yes. So when you
like-
feel the hot, especially in the back, that's thriving. That means you're resetting your nervous system, but you're also resetting even some beliefs and some past things that weren't actually true about yourself and about others. So I remember my truth. I am truth.
I remember my, I remember my truth. I am truth.
Yes. Say it again.
I remember my truth. I am truth.
So now just I am truth.
I am truth.
I am truth with ease.
I am truth with ease.
I am truth and I stay.
I am truth and I stay.
And what I mean when I say I'm truth and I'm stay is, you know, sometimes we can be like there and we're in that pocket, but then like we get distracted or something over here and then we feel something different. And then it's like, oh yeah, I got to get back there. So I am truth and I stay.
I am truth and I stay.
Yes. And see how she like went back a little bit. So she doesn't 100% want to do it, but also she did stand up stronger. So it's okay. It's good. And then covering her mouth is like, I don't want to do this. So I don't want to talk about it. I am my truth and I stay.
I am my truth and I stay.
Yes. So these could be some things that you write down, put up Post-it notes, go around the house, put in the car when you're alone in the shower or whatever. It's just some things to just recite, because what you're doing is you're actually shifting the cells as you're speaking out, but your cells are hearing you. And that's what changes the vibration of the cells and the organs and the blood and all the things to give a different projection. So therefore you get a different magnetized result, right? So yes, and for forgiveness, just say, I forgive with ease.
I forgive with ease.
And forgiveness is forgiving and giving and giving and giving and giving.
And forgiving is giving and giving and giving and giving.
And when you say that, I want you to imagine that you're forgiving you and you're giving back to you, because energetically your limbic system cannot tell the difference between forgiving someone else and forgiving yourself. So when we don't forgive, we actually send out chemicals that cause us to judge ourselves. And that sends up cortisol levels and all kinds of other things. And then we put that projection out and we get more people who betray us in the past, cancel, because we're coming into that agreement. So if we can flip it, I forgive and I give. I give with ease, because God funds you. God is the ultimate source of all of us. And there's no running out with God. Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Good job.
Thank you.
What did you remember? What's your takeaway?
The power of my voice, and yeah, just how amazing you guys are. And I don't know how I wound up here today. Like, I just was flipping through my emails because I'm a member of the DNC. I'm not a member of the DNC anymore, but I'm on their mailing list. So like, I'm always like just going through, erasing 100 million emails. And I saw this invite and something said, you know, do it. And I didn't know about these calls, and I even set an alarm, and my boyfriend was over, and the alarm started going off. I'm like, what is that? Oh shoot, there's this call. And I was like, I want to get on this call, and I invited him, but I didn't know what they were. And I'm glad to see Kyle here, because I was like, oh, maybe boys aren't allowed, but he has yet to appear, so I think he's afraid, but it's a really beautiful support circle you ladies have put together, so thank you. Awesome. I was just texting him, this is right before you picked me. I was like, this is so great.
Well, look, so one thing I picked up when you were just speaking, you said something like, I'm something about the power. I'm taking back the power. So just say it out loud. I'm taking back the power.
I'm taking back the power.
Now say, I'm taking back my power.
I'm taking back my power.
Which one feels better for you?
I'm taking back my power.
Right, and then you just did the shoulder shrug again. So you're going to continue to release this male, and that's okay. It's like sometimes they want to like pop back on energetically, and then you got to shrug them off again. And it's just like, let's say I permanently forgive.
I permanently forgive.
Because I am forgiveness.
Because I am forgiveness.
And I stay.
And I stay.
Awesome. Good job. Awesome. Awesome.
So much.
Good. All right. Laura, do you have anything, or you want me to just keep doing hands, or I don't even know how much time we have.
But it's let's see, we've been on it's 2, we'll see how many what don't want you to just
I could go probably 2 more people. That's about all I have time for. I don't know what your time frame is.
yeah, 2 more people, so it's like 2:00. And yeah, we'll just do 2 more people.
Wait, what time do we
And then
start? I'm like off. Is it,
7:00.
what time is it your time now?
Been on about an hour.
Okay.
We started.
Cool.
And so yeah, like, and we can just let everybody know where you can find you, right?
Yes, yeah, I see Nina saying about booking a session. If you go to swiftfire.org, I do have consultations. You can either do a consultation or you can do a remote scan and consultation. If you want to do something more like this, well, really, it doesn't matter. I'm always going to do it like this. It's just how I do it. But thank you, Christy. Thank you, everybody else. Melinda, I don't know if Melinda was next or Susie.
Can you do me after, if there's time, a bit?
I don't know who's talking. I have.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap this up. So you said you could take 2 more, Dr. Sharnael?
Yeah, I know.
We'll wrap up at around
Susie and Melinda, I think, have had their hands up.
so Susie and Melinda, and then if Candace maybe before.
Well, I will do, depending on the time. Yes, we'll see who.
Okay.
It's better too. Is there any way, Susie, if I could see you, I can help interpret?
I suppose I'm not much in the seeing mode. How do I turn on my camera here?
And we can always do this again, you guys.
I would love to come back anytime you want. I'm here for you, Laura. I love you.
I love you too.
You want to go to the next person, then come back to me? I'll see if I can figure out how to turn on my camera.
Okay, yes. Melinda. How's it going?
It's going.
Oh, look at
blowing me
you.
away.
What's that?
You're just blowing me away. I'm just so wowed by all the things, the intricate little things that you pick up. It's just amazing how you receive this information and you just know what everything means with the body and the energy. I've been tuned into Laura for years now, and maybe last year to a year and a half, I've seen quite a few of the videos that you've done, but I've never been on anything quite like this with you guys. And I love what you do, and I really appreciate it. It's pretty amazing. I would love to do something similar.
I said no.
I moved here. I moved here to Western North Carolina last year because my mom and sister moved here. My mom's 86 and she's been having heart issues the last 2 years. We've almost lost her a couple times and a few strokes. I just wanted to be near her. So I'm trying to reinvent myself over here and figure out in this very remote, beautiful, mountainous area how to be in service and make a livelihood out of it. I might have bit off more than I can chew. I don't know. House is gorgeous. It's 3 stories on 6 acres. It requires a lot of maintenance, and it's just little old me. But it's beautiful and I love it. I love the animals and the trees, and all of life around here is just so abundant. And I'm literally so pulled into Mother Earth around here more than I've ever been any place else I've ever lived. I've never lived any place rural like this. So I'm sort of like deer in the headlights, though. I'm a little overwhelmed and not sure how to proceed with whatever gifts I have to offer that would be useful at this time.
What if,
come through?
yeah, I mean, you are already, everything that you are is already there. Don't feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or that you're not quite stepped in like we talked about earlier. Just continue to be. That's, I mean, being, which I know you know, moving from wherever to the country and actually experiencing nature and illumination and code. There's a whole different code in where you're at than where you were from. Where I don't know where you were. I choose to know, or you might have mentioned it, but it felt a lot of density in that old space. A lot of murky gray density. And so, I mean, talk about a portal. Really like a whirlwind of just information and code and illumination, and just and how beautiful that you're helping your mom in this series regarding her heart. So how can I help you? Like what's your big, what would you say is your struggle in this season besides overwhelm?
I'm just wondering if I should, like you said, keep going, doing what I'm doing, being what I'm being. And I do realize that I'm showing up however I can. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to manifest financially what I need to. My savings will be out in the next couple months, and
What will be out?
It takes a little bit of my savings.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't really had an income work-wise. Since I've been here, I've had to renovate some things in this home, and I really want it to be the most beautiful sanctuary.
So God funds my projects. How about just say, God funds my projects.
God funds my projects.
God funds all my projects.
God funds all my projects.
I am abundance now.
I am abundance now.
Say it again. I am abundance now.
I am abundance now.
And abundance can look like money for sure. But when you get into that mindset of like, my savings is running out, cancel clear, like that actually creates code. So let's flip that and be super tight on your words and your thoughts of, if you start to even creep into that, like I was talking to Kyle earlier, if your mind even goes there, make sure you have a couple of those like right in your holster where you're like, nope, I am abundance. That's my truth and my only truth. I am that I am. Only God touches me. God is my purpose. I am in my purpose. God funds my purpose. Right? And
so
call
things that I say every day.
Yes.
I do say these things every day, and I do believe these things wholehearteedly.
Yeah, but your head said no.
Hey, I'm like, when's it gonna show up though? Like, okay. It's like way more money's going out than it's coming in. So I'm open to receive.
In the past, yes, in the past.
Yeah.
So I remember my abundance now.
I remember my abundance now.
So I want you to say, my money's running out. My savings is almost gone.
My money's running out. My savings is almost gone.
And now I am abundance.
I am abundance.
And I stay.
And I stay.
I remember my abundance.
I remember my abundance.
So do not, just really choose your thoughts. And if you see it veering off on a different path, make sure, because every thought is creating one timeline or another. So just, I catch myself too. And you probably guys have heard me when I talk, I'll cancel clear, because if you speak something that's going to create a whole trail of a timeline, until it's canceled and then also cleared. And then you voice only your choice. I voice my choice with ease.
I voice my choice with ease.
I am the mind of Christ.
I am the mind of Christ.
Yeah, so
I am the mind of Christ.
yeah, so I mean, and I use Christ, I don't know what your belief system is, or I am the mind of source, or I am
Christ
source.
consciousness. I'll say I'm Christ consciousness, you know, walking, talking in action. I'll say that every day, really. I
Yes.
said it this morning.
So say it until your whole body believes it.
Okay.
Until you start, when you start seeing that it's coming in instead of going out, then you know that then you flipped it. So if you have to get mad about it for 4 hours straight and just, I am the mind of Christ. I am abundance now. I am the mind of Christ. I am abundance now. I am abundance now. I remember that God funds all my projects, my mission, you know, God and me creates my mission with ease, with fundage, with what, you know, however, just choose your words and your thoughts, like super care, you know, because we're creating with every thought and every word. And then if you accidentally create something else, or you accidentally think something else, just cancel, clear.
I get it. Thank you.
Awesome. What'd you remember?
That I am creating my reality. Every thought, word, emotion, deed, action creates a new timeline. And I have to be really focused on everything I think and feel and say.
Okay,
And
so
I am.
okay, so say I have to.
I have to.
Now say I get to.
I get to.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
You feel
Good
that?
distinction.
Yes.
Totally different
I get to
vibration.
create with ease. Yes?
I get to create this beautiful life.
Does anyone else feel that?
Oh yeah. I got chills all up in my boobies.
I love it. I love you. Nice.
And I love you. I love all you guys. Thank
Awesome.
you. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Let's see. I'm reading some of these comments. Thank you, Dr. Laura. Da, da, da. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So wrap it up in just one or two more. There's a few hands, whatever you think. Sharnael, whatever you
I can do one more.
you want to like continue to hang out.
I can do one more. I think Sinead was the next hand, and that'll be like,
Actually, I thought you were going to go with me to Susie.
oh, there you are. Yeah, Susie, you're right. Thank you. Are you able to get the
Can you
camera?
see me? I thought I turned it on. Can you see me?
No, no, ma'am.
Because
yeah, she's right down here in the
I had to restart, so I'm probably at the
no
very
camera,
end.
but that's okay.
I had to leave in order. Oh, it's not showing, but I started it. I gave it permission. Let's see, maybe I can change it here. Do I do start video? Would that do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yep.
Ta-da! Hi. Nice to be with you, everybody, and you ladies especially. Thank you for, I feel better just listening.
Yay. Awesome. How are you today?
Well, something happened with a friend and a healer person who I've been close with the end of last week, Thursday or Friday, and I've just been feeling really hurt and betrayed. And like it's, oh, that's the old family pattern, and she didn't handle it well. And I've just been feeling overwhelmed and heavy-hearted. So I've been trying to process it, and it's deep. It's not lifting too easily.
Okay. So let's reverse that. I radiate love with ease.
I radiate love with ease.
And when you say that, I want you to envision, I invite you to envision love not only going out, but through all your cells. As you're radiating love, you have to keep at least, you know, so it has to go through you first, right? So
Yes.
I radiate love with ease.
I radiate love with ease.
I radiate love with ease now.
I radiate love with ease now.
And as far as you mentioned, the patterns of like betrayal, one decree that's really beneficial to me in the past is only God touches me, only God sees me, only God hears me, only God feels me, not necessarily all of them at once, but I can give you an example of a situation with, choose to know how to say this in a way that, because this may be public, but somebody who has physically hurt me, not just mentally, spiritually, but physically. There's been altercations in the past, and they owed me money and came over, and I was nervous about confronting the money issue because of the physical response that could have been there. And I could see that this person was probably going to go that route. And I felt it in my body, and I felt fear. So I literally went to the bathroom, not physically went to the bathroom, but walked in a bathroom, I should say, and started decreeing, only God touches me, 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 meaning that not a single effing person in my realm could come into my field except for God. If they didn't have God intentions and a God agenda, they would not touch me and my sphere at all, or my family. Only God touches me and 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 my family. And as I did that, and I didn't even get a chance to do it out loud, because on the other side of the door was this man who was physical. And I had to shift the fear, because just like bees smell fear and dogs smell fear, dogs will not chase a cat if the cat is not afraid. If the cat runs, the dog will chase it, and it sees it as prey. So when we get into fear, we invert, and it allows that code to come and chase. And so if you can flip it and radiate out, only God touches me. When I did that, I actually shocked myself, because I did that until I felt it and I meant it, and tears were coming down, and I had to do it all in my mind, because I couldn't say it out loud because the dude would hear me and I would sound crazy and weird. So I just mentally, only God touches me has the same radiation as speaking it. And when I stepped out of that bathroom, the dude was standing there, and he was like, hey, so how much am I supposed to pay you again? I couldn't even remember the amount. And he had his checkbook, and he wrote me a check, and then he walked out the door and left. And I was like home free, literally home free. Yes.
Wow.
So only God touches you and your family. Say that.
Only God touches me and my family.
Say, only God hears me and my family.
Only God hears me and my family.
And what I mean by that is, you are not able to say anything that is twisted or heard another way from someone else. All the words that you speak will be heard as if God was hearing you, instead of some in the past. There's what I'm seeing is there's been people who you spoke something and you know what you meant, and you meant it with like love and genuine authenticity and like pureness, but they somehow like twisted it, and they heard something different, and then they used it against you, and that's bullshit. So only God hears me.
Only God hears me.
Say it again.
Only God hears me.
Say it again.
Only God hears me.
Now, only God sees me. What does that look like? That looks like you have this persona, and you're beautiful, and you're out and you're doing your thing, but someone else could see something that you do or say, or your purpose or whatever, and kind of like see you differently. So I choose God sees me. Only God sees me. Yes?
I choose only God sees me.
Just say only God sees me.
Only God sees me.
Only God hears me.
Only God hears me.
Only God touches me.
Only God touches me.
Only God feels me.
Only God feels me.
What are you feeling in your body?
I'm just still feeling a lot of hurt, especially in my chest and around my head.
Okay, so you don't mean it yet.
Well, I think part of what's tripping me up is a lot of the betrayal came from my family. So sticking in God hears my family, it's almost like I feel like I have to protect myself from my family. So that's kind of a hard connection there.
Okay, so let me give you a different perspective. If only God touches you and your family, that means your family will only be able to be in alignment with God. They won't be able to come at you in any way except for the way God would.
That would be a miracle.
Yeah, but guess what? You have miracle genes. We have miracle cells. God is the very freaking definition of miracles, and God is in every cell of the trillion cells that you have. Only God touches me and my family. Meaning, if your family is out wherever and they get some stupid idea of who you are or something to do, they won't be able to think that anymore. It's going to be dispersed, dispelled.
I like that. Okay.
Only God touches me.
Only God touches me.
Here, you know what? I just saw this. I am secure.
I am secure.
Y'all saw that?
I leaned back.
Well, no, she sat up straight.
Well, I leaned back and then I sat up.
So I am secure.
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 And I stay.
And I stay. Is that what you said?
Yes.
And I stay.
Now, what if I told you one of the major reasons why you're on the planet is to invoke security in everyone you contact?
I never perceived what I do that way, but I can see that.
So I ignite security in everyone I contact.
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 Here's another one. I see cure everywhere I go.
Did you say cure?
It's a play on words. Secure.
Oh, I got you. Oh, that's
I
like that. I'm a photographer and I think my pictures are healing. So I see cure
everywhere I go.
Everywhere I go.
I see cure everywhere I go. I see cure and I see cure. Yes?
Yes. I see cure and I see cure.
Everywhere I go.
Everywhere I go.
And I ignite security in everyone I contact.
And I ignite security in everyone I contact.
What's your body doing? Check in with your body.
It's better.
Better?
It's lighter, yeah.
Okay, so better could be like, it's like I'm gonna make more money than last year. And then you make 1 penny more. Is that good enough?
Oh no, that it feels that the energy, the heaviness feels lifted.
How about, okay, say the heaviness feels lifted.
The heaviness feels lifted.
Now say, I am light.
I am light.
I blaze radiation light.
I blaze radiation light.
Which feels different, which feels easier?
I think I blaze radiation light.
Or I am radiant, or I am light, or.
Yeah, I am radiant, I am light.
Yes. Yes. So how does that feel?
That feels better. There was something I wanted to share with the group actually about light. And it happened when I was with this lady. I was the aforementioned person. I did some channeling and we were talking about the energies of dark and light. And what my guide showed me is it's like there's this river of light that exists. I'm not sure quite where. My guide said permeates all around me, all around us, and that we can sort of tune into that river of light as if a resource to just be one with the light.
So where is the light?
I almost see it like a halo.
So what if you saw it within?
Yeah, just light, just pure white light.
Yes. I'm just giving you an invitation to remember that you are already light. If you see light, you're separate.
Okay.
If you are light, you're radiating.
But what I was describing was sort of like a resource that we could tap into. So say we're feeling dark, I'm going to go up to that river of light.
Right, but that's separating.
Okay.
So there's an illusion of separation here.
Okay.
And when you remember that the river is inside of you and
Just
not
like
over there, then you don't have to strive to get there, right?
Yeah, but life, life pushes us down.
Well, that's a program.
Mm.
That's a big program on the earth, that life pushes us down. There's lots of programs. There's like, if anything bad's going to happen, it's going to happen to me, cancel clear. How about everything's wonderful, everything always good happens to me, so I mean, even saying life brings us down, say that out loud.
I don't even want to say it.
Exactly. So you're already getting there where you're really being conscious of your thoughts and your words, because everything creates code, and code is the thing that magnetizes and radiates.
Hmm.
The thoughts are more radiation, the heart is more magnetized. So when we can get in union of getting this alignment where the head and the heart are together and they're both magnetizing and radiating security, love, truth, abundance, whatever you choose, I am that I am, then that's what's going to streamline a different magnetization to you. And I talk about this a lot in the book. So that might be something that you can check out, or if you choose, I invite you to look more into that for sure. But well, first of all, what did you remember?
Well, the thought that's coming to mind is I have all these tools, and sometimes like on these days it feels like they're not working, or maybe it's just releasing more of the grief and the hurt. I'm very sensitive, so I feel things a lot. And I have pretty good tools. I know how to take care of myself in a lot of ways. And sometimes it just, what occurs is hurtful.
So, but can anyone hurt you?
Well, I feel like I've experienced that from several people. Which
is a codependent dance, and that's okay. It's just where you are. It's like if you go to the doctor and your arm's broken, they're going to go like, oh, your arm is broken, cancel clear, but it's not bad. It's just where you're at, right? You can put a cast on it and we can get you back. So, but going through these decrees and getting your a new stream of code is going to change the outcome a lot faster.
Okay.
Yes. Awesome. The last thing that I have before we close is I had picked a card for you guys. I have a
Thank
whole.
you.
Yes, of course. My honor, for sure. I have this deck. I don't know if you guys have seen my card deck. And I picked one. Basically, it has 80 crystals, and then on the back, it explains what the crystal does, what the partnership is with oils, and they have the decrees on there. So I couldn't ever find a reference that would put them all together. I saw lots of references on decrees, lots of on crystals, and lots on oils, where you can like look up things for essential oils or crystals and go, oh, this is for heart, or this is for blood pressure, or this is for sleep or whatever. But I didn't find one that did it all. So when I was working with my clients, I would say, oh, you need this essential oil for whatever frequency and this crystal or whatever. But I had to like go and dig it up and look it up piece by piece, made a PDF. And then people were asking me for the PDF. And so I was going to make a book, but a book, not that books are bad or references are bad, but with the cards, what I found out accidentally is that the card actually carries the same frequency as the actual crystal. So, and this was kind of an accident, but I was with another doctor that I work with, Dr. Lucky. And when he kept testing me, it showed that I needed, I think it was a vitamin D or a B, I choose to remember. And so he had one in the office and he put it in my field and tested me, and I was weak. And he kept saying, like, I don't understand, I choose to know why you're going weak when this is actually what you need. So he went through the colors, he went through each word on the label, and everything would test strong, strong, strong. And then finally he got to Ecuador, the word Ecuador, made in Ecuador, and my body went weak. And so I actually had I had a traumatic experience there, and I almost passed. I was in the hospital for weeks, and there's some things that happened there with black mold. And I obviously reversed it. I'm here, but I was in the hospital for, you know, a while, and they wanted to keep me a lot longer, but I ended up leaving anyway. So when I cleared Ecuador, I was able to take that and be strong again. And so, but I just realized just a word on the bottle was causing my body to go weak. And how many things in the world are we like just walking around and we don't know a word on a sign or a word on a flag or a word in a book somewhere in your office is like causing a weakness in the body. So at that point I was like, well, if there's so much power in images, because imagination is huge, but there's also power in words and written words. And I took the picture of the crystal and I put it in the field. I tested strong. I took it away. I tested weak. I put the actual crystal, the real crystal, in the field, and it tested strong. I took it away, and I was weak. So I realized that if I did this on a card instead of a book, then I could pick one for the day, stick it in my pocket, in my purse, in my car. I could stick it under my kid's mattress and they won't even know it. Stick it in someone's pillow underneath or what, you know, you can still send frequency to people without, you know, them having to have their own traps and trips of unbelief or whatever. Like, who cares, you know? So, but this one that I picked for you guys collectively is Satellite. I think it's very, very important in this season for you specifically. Satellite is an amazing stone for mental and emotional clarity. Speaking of Susie, and really a lot of people that I talked to today, it brings an inner calming and supports self-worth and value. This crystal is great in facilitating thoughts with ease and filtering out excessive negative chatter. Satellite gives order to the mind to get tasks at hand accomplished with ease. It's great for metabolism and helps cleanse the lymphatic system. The decree is, I am clarity and ease in my mind now. I have the mind of Christ. And the companion oils are grapefruit, peppermint, rosemary, and neroli. So if anyone chooses to voice their choice with ease, go ahead and just take that energetically. I give it to you freely. And I hope that this has been helpful for you guys. I'd love any feedback. And Laura, anything else? And I think you guys are amazing.
Thank you so much, Sharnael. That was awesome. Yeah, so I know some people still have their hands up, but you know, we're gonna continue to do this kind of thing, and we'll make sure you know where to find her and me to do readings. So
yep.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Yes. You guys can go to swiftfire.org, Swift as in quick, swiftfire.org. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, business page. I know I'm going to be working with some of you in the future. I already see that happening. I'm excited about it. Anything I can do to support y'all. I'll be continuing to see your victory, each and every one of you. And I encourage everyone as a group to see victory within each other. And let's all send real love and support to Laura specifically in this time, in this season. She's got a lot on her plate. She's traveling a lot. She's got awesome opportunities in New York and Florida coming up. There's some major key players that have popped in her sphere this recent time, and she can really speak into these lives of these key leaders. And so I just really encourage you guys to really continue to energetically support her, love her, you know, financially support her, do whatever it is that we can do, because she is a frontline. I mean, we're all frontline, but she is like really frontline, and she has the genetics of the frontline. And so she is really key in this season for our world.
Thanks, Sharnael. Really means a lot. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, this is really powerful. I'm sure we're all going to be processing and just integrating and just like feeling into it all. It's really amazing. And I'll be able to share the replay. You guys can just re-listen to it, and I'll send it out in a newsletter. And wow, my gosh. Sharnael, you just worked so much energy for so many people today. Thank you. Thank you. I hope everybody have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Love
We're
you.
gonna have more guests. We're gonna have Dr. Christopher Macklin, and it's gonna keep bringing people in.
Love you guys. I'll see you. I hope to see you around. Definitely reach out. Love you.
Love
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Love you.